Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. So we've got the impending Warhammer Day celebration coming up this weekend with the gorgeous new Bayard's Revenge going up for pre-order and lots of previews and teasers to get excited about. But today I just wanted to run through a few things that I think we could possibly see at this preview, some of which have been talked about in hushed whispers already, some which are quite likely, some which I think are quite unlikely, and I'm going to count these down from the ones that I think are least likely to happen to some that I think are almost certain. And the first of these is a little bit of a double whammy because of course at these reveal events we always have to talk about, will they show a new Primarch? Will they show in particular a new Loyalist Primarch? And to be fair, I do think one is somewhat overdue. Poor Guilliman has been holding the fort all by himself for quite a long time now, so he definitely could do with some backup. But the question is, will we finally get to see a 40k version of the Lion or the Khan or maybe even Leman Russ coming back to the game? Well, whilst I do think that one is certainly coming, I would put good money on the fact that a new Loyalist Primarch is coming. I don't think we will see it at this preview, and that is because I don't think it's going to be coming in 9th edition. In my opinion, it's almost guaranteed that we will be getting a new Loyalist Primarch returning in 10th edition. And with that in mind, as much as this is a huge 40k celebration, GW aren't going to want to almost spoil the end of 9th edition by showcasing a new exciting centerpiece unit which is coming for 10th edition. They're not going to want to show that off too early. For me, a new Primarch will be 100% their way to promote and sell and build up hype for a new edition rather than being used as a way to cap off a current edition. So whilst it would be really cool to see, and as I said, I think it is almost certain we will be seeing a new Loyalist Primarch in the near future, I don't think we're going to be getting our first hints at it at this weekender. And on the same topic of that, there have been a few people wondering and thinking about whether we will see a tease at the upcoming 10th edition of 40k. Now, we know time-wise it is quite likely, roughly anyway, that a new edition will be coming out sometime next year, and rumours have already been swirling around the internet for quite a while now with talk of Blood Angels and Tyranids as the starter set and all that kind of thing. But will we get a hint of this future edition, maybe a trailer or a look at the starter set this weekend? Well, again, I think that whilst I'm 100% convinced it is coming next year, GW again aren't going to want to cannibalize any potential 9th edition sales by showing 10th edition off too early. And when you have some armies that, don't even have their 9th edition books yet, more on that later, showing off 10th edition would, for me, also be a bit of a kick in the teeth to some players. So for that reason, I just can't see any likelihood at all that we will see a hint at this new edition or a hint at an upcoming Primarch, even though both of those things are, in my opinion, 100% probably already made and boxed and ready to go. They just won't show them off yet because they are still going to want to focus for now on primarily 9th edition content. So with that in mind, what might we actually see? Well, for me, there are 3 things that I think are quite likely, 2 of them almost certain, but 1 of them maybe. But 3 things that I think we will at least get in some way hinted at this weekend. The first one of these, and this is the one that I think could maybe just be a very brief, very quick sentence or 2 at max, rather than a big, huge reveal, is the possible Marine Codex 2.0. Because Marines, even with their new Armour of Contempt, are in a relatively middling spot, and they are one of the oldest codexes in the game at the moment, and of course GW does always love to try and pump out more rules and books and content for the Marines as much as possible, so as much as I almost hate to admit it, it is quite likely that there will be a final 9th edition Marine Codex 2.0 to sort of cap off 9th edition, so we may well see a few early hints and teasers at that this weekend. Maybe nothing more than a codex cover or some art, but maybe a glimpse at some of the models that may be coming alongside that codex release, because we have been hearing for ages about these missile launcher toting Primaris Marines and the melee focused Melted Dreadnought. All that kind of stuff has been sort of swirling around the ether for several months now, so I think it is probably coming. There are of course always new Marine units being developed and designed and released, so we may finally get a very quick look at those. But again, realistically, I don't think it's going to be much more than maybe a 4 or 5 second tease just to confirm that something is coming for the Marines. But of course, where I think the lion's share of the content and the reveals for this weekend will be is in an area we can all agree on, and that is the 2 armies that have been confirmed to be getting books in 9th edition but don't have them yet, and that is of course the Astra Militarum and the World Eaters. Now, the World Eaters aren't coming out until later than the Astra Militarum, probably next year I believe, so I think we'll probably see a much better picture of Angron, maybe some more of the Berserkers, and possibly a look at some of the other new units coming in the roster, maybe some Red Butcher Terminators, maybe some Mutilators, maybe a new Demon Engine, some things like that, but I don't think we will see a full, complete roster reveal yet. That will be done a little bit closer to their actual release date. What I am fully expecting is a full roster reveal for the Astra Militarum and showing off their entire revamped range. I think they will honestly show us every single new kit coming, the updated Kassakins, the Sentinels, the new Codex, this new Rogel Dawn tank, maybe even the Combat Patrol, which will be coming alongside it. I think they will be showing us everything, just because Astra Militarum players have been waiting for such a long time, and this is such a big celebration event. I think they will go all out and just show us everything. And for me, even though I don't play Guard, I think that is going to be really exciting, because from what we have seen and heard so far, this does look to be one of the biggest revamps that they've done for a very long time, and having a new like Astra Militarum Imperial Guard tank is quite a big deal, because, you know, loads of Astra Militarum players are treadheads. They love their tanks. The Leman Russ has been a staple in the game for longer than I've been playing it, so having a new tank in the Rogel Dawn tank could well be one of the biggest, most kind of shake-up of the game style releases that we've seen since the Primarch started coming back. It really could be huge, so I'm really excited to get to see more of the reveal. Maybe they will show off some of the rules and some of the interactions that the new Astra Militarum will have in the game, but I do think that a good 75% of the reveals this weekend and the stuff they talk about is going to be this huge Astra Militarum revamp, and I am genuinely really excited for it. So there we go, that's just a few of my thoughts and theories and ideas about what we may see, what we probably won't see, and also what is probably coming a bit later down the pipeline. But as always, I would really love to know what you think we will see this weekend, and also what you would really like to see this weekend. Would you like to see a new Loyalist Primarch? Would you like to see the full World Eaters roster? Would you like to see a hint at 10th edition? Or would you just like to see something entirely new completely? Let me know down in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.